141 pounds for Nebraska. It's Chad Redd, two-time All-American, junior 9-3 this season. And for Oregon State's Grant Willits, redshirt sophomore, 9-4 for Coach Zaleski. Willits out of Pueblo County High School, three-time state champion, part of a pair of team state championships. NCAA qualifier. Chad Redd, Big Ten runner-up, falling to Joey McKenna last March in Minneapolis.
Nice job there, switching it over, trying to get the right hand across the body, but again, shelves that ankle up there. Notice how he's elbow deep around the leg. He's on the outside of the leg. Sometimes that's a little bit harder to finish when that leg is up in there when you're on the outside of the leg versus maybe the inside. We'll see how he decides to finish this. What I like what he's doing, he's being patient, keeping it elbow deep. He's in the center of the mat. He's in control. Going to club the head a few times. Make the guy work here.
Tree taps a single leg.
Puts his chest, seals his chest to that outside of that leg and elevates it nicely.
Chad Redd, a guy, Jim, that shows up in March.
Oh boy, yeah. You know, I think that's a good point about him. I think that he's the type of guy right now that he's having the type of season, you know, that maybe the 1 hour weigh-in that you have in duels during the course of the year maybe affected him a little bit more. Got his weight under control at the end of the year both seasons, but you get the feeling from talking to Coach Manning that he's made the commitment. He wants to have a good season all season. And when you've been on that podium a couple times like he has been, you know, there's only one place that you're looking at now is just to be on top of it at some point in time in your career. And it's just time to always think that way and believe that and live that.
Illustrious high school career, 183-0, a four-time Indiana State champion. 8th place finish.
Beautiful scoop right there. I like what he's doing with that forward scoop right there that he did, that knocked Willis down with there. And, you know, elbow out and wrist in. We always talk about that position right there. You can keep the opponent's elbow out and wrist in. You can control him. He's also coming out really high. Notice how look at the weight he's putting on that
knee.
Yeah, the right knee on top of the forearm. He's really making it difficult. He's also on the right-hand side, which I like to see. A lot of guys don't learn how to, learn how to get out from that right-hand side, which usually can become a weakness.
Riding time nearing 2 minutes.
Action.
Got Willits flat, head on the mat.
Yeah, and it's just, you put that arm in that right arm in that position for 2.5 minutes, actually almost 2 minutes for a mat return. Good sequence there. You see how he faked the forward trip right there, and he felt Willis come back, and that's when he went for the lift. A lot of times guys will try to lift when the guy's nose is over his toes, and it's just too heavy. But he faked it there.
Nebraska, loaded team. You see the ranked wrestlers by team in the Big Ten. Nebraska right there with the big boys, Iowa and Penn State and Ohio State, Wisconsin, with 5 ranked as well for Chris Bono.
Top 20 rankings.
Redd leading at 2-0, riding time over 2 minutes. He'll go on bottom. Mentioned he was 8th at the NCAA championships in 2019. 2018, he was 7th. He beat Dean Heil, two-time national champion.
Oh, beautiful. Standing Graham.
Great job.
Yeah, just taking the motion.
Watch the hands.
These guys are clubbing each other pretty good now.
Redd's got some athleticism on a single leg again.
Oh, good read right there on the switch. Shelves it. And nice job of anticipating the roll through. I love what he did right there. A lot of high-level stuff right there with just discipline of anticipating Willis's every move, particularly on that roll through. You notice how he went down to a knee. A lot of guys will bend over at the waist, and all of a sudden they get in a scramble they don't want to be in. He he anticipated, dropped right to his knee, and actually almost sprawled on the guy. Collect the 2. Now he's back in where
wrist.
Yeah, he's back in on that. He's got his pacifier right there, near wrist ride, coming out really high.
Action, guys, action.
And, you know, a lot of times coaches say, don't get high, don't get high. Well, you know what? You got the wrist like that. You can start working around, looking for him to go ahead and try to get that arm, get him flat and get that arm behind the back and see if you can turn him.
These two actually met at the NCAA championships. It was red with the major decision, 12-4.
Stalemate, start fresh.
Grant's twin brother, Hunter, 157-pounder for Oregon State. Redshirting for the Beavers. He's coming off a runner-up finish at Reno.
Set, cover red.
Yeah, he's red, I mean, coming out highly recruited. One of Nebraska's probably top recruits they've gotten, but, you know, he's improved in a lot of areas, and I think this is one of them here. The top position, controlling people. Everybody knew he had it on the feet.
Good job, CJ.
But he would just have kind of during the dual meet season, a lot like the team at that point in time, just have these clunker matches where he didn't show up, and I think a lot of it was just control. But I see a different guy this season.
You got 10. He stays right there.
Looking to finish the second period on top. Riding time over 3.5 minutes to the third, 5-0.
Let's take a look at some of these techniques that Chad Red's implementing right there. So look at the roll through here, and you notice that Reds was leaning forward here when he was trying to be lifted, and now look at the roll through. Look at the anticipation. Now, see how he drops that knee right onto his chest right there? That's good anticipation. You can't roll through on a guy like that when he goes to a knee and basically puts his rear end back on his heel.
Scoops that right ankle up once again. Suffocating ride from Chad Red, the 6th-ranked 141-pounder in the country.
Good point. It is suffocating, but it's a 5-0 match, all right? And for this Husker team, you know, they're going to need bonus points on a guy like this. This is 6th-ranked versus unranked. And, you know, now you're at the point where, okay, I've got 4:04 of riding time. What am I getting with that? There's a 1 count. That's good. All right. So you're looking to take advantage of the positions that you get in consistently to continue to score points.
Yeah, red.
Looked like Willits was in position to at least escape, but
yeah, and
Red stays with him and maintains control.
I like the fact that he stayed on him.
Go down, Green.
You know, a lot of guys just, okay, it's time. You've worked hard enough. I'll give you the escape. Right now, he's just saying, come back here. You got to prove that you can get away from me.
But you're right, in this final minute, if you're Red, you got to find a way to get a major decision right here.
And that's what he's doing here, sagging the back. He's got the wrist locked up. So notice how he's on the other side of the body this time, and he's going to go ahead and take it. You know, that was all taking risk by Chad Red right there, and Willits was able to get back on it. We'll see if he can do anything with it from the top position himself.
5-2 match, 35 seconds left.
You know, this is not the way you want to finish because you've been dominant in the match, but you know, if you can collect an escape right here, it's a huge win for Red. And this is Beavers competing right there in the top position.
Red's got that riding time point locked up.
No quit in Willits. Good work there on top. But I really applaud Red going for the bonus points right there. That's good for him.
6-2 with the riding time point, a decision for Chad Red in Nebraska. Here at 141 pounds as Nebraska extends its lead over Oregon State on the team scoreboard.